This video is going to go through how to use the power equation. As you can see, the triangle over on the right hand side shows you that the power is equal to the potential difference, which is the voltage, times by the current. Okay, so let's have a look at the first question for the example. It's saying that it's got 12 volts, so that must be the potential difference. So V equals 12 volts. It then says that the light bulb uses 5A. Well, A is the current, so the current, which is given the symbol I, is equal to 5A. So I need the power, so I cover power up on the triangle, and it gives me that P equals V times I, which equals 12 times 5. So the power of the system is 60 watts. Okay, so there's A1 done. So let's look at A2. So for A2, we do the same thing. The V for the heater is 230 volts. The I for the heater is 12 amps. So the power is equal to the voltage times the current, which equals 230 times 12, which equals 2,760 watts. Okay, so that's how we do those types of calculation. Okay, so let's look at question B. So what B is asking me to do, it's asking me to find out what type of fuse to use. Okay, it's giving me 3 fuses to use, 3A, 5A and 13A. Well, that means it's asking me to calculate the current. So what I need to do is calculate the current for each device, and then I need to choose the fuse above. Okay, because the fuse above is the fuse that won't blow. Because what the fuse actually does is it sits in the circuit, and if too much current comes in, the fuse melts and turns the circuit off. What this does is protect the device that is being plugged in. Okay, so let's have a look at the question for the heater. It's saying it's got a power of 50 watts, and it's saying that the potential difference is 12 volts. So what I need to do is I need to find current. So that is going to mean that the current is equal to the power divided by the potential difference. So the current I is equal to the power divided by the potential difference V. So let's do that calculation for the first part and put the numbers in. So for the heater, that means it's a 50 watt heater and it's being plugged into a 12 volt supply. So that gives me an overall power rating, an overall current of 4.17 amps. Okay, so looking at the 3 fuses, I can have 3 amps, 5 amps or 13 amps. The safest fuse to use is 5 amps. So that's how you do the calculation for that one. Okay, so let's do exactly the same thing for the microwave for part 2. So I'm going to use the same equation again, power divided by potential difference. I'm going to put the number in. The power, and this time is 750 watts. Being careful that they've swapped the order around to confuse you. Dividing by the 230 volts that you get from the normal supply, which gives me an answer of 3.26 volts. Okay, the common mistake people will make is choose the 3 amp fuse, but 3.26 is bigger than 3. So what you need to do is choose the next fuse up. It has to be the fuse with a number bigger than the current that you get. So again, for this one, the fuse would be the 5 amp fuse. This is how you can do these kind of calculations. There are some in the PowerPoint for you to have a go at.